These egregious and cruel conditions and policies are not accidental. Mr. Homan, during your time as acting ICE director, deterrence was the order of the day for you. The memo bears that out, exactly what you planned for. The Trump administration claimed they had no choice but to rip children from their parents because they were criminally prosecuting the parents pursuant to zero tolerance policy. Again, and policies that the administration created and that you, Mr. Homan, accepted, enforced, and championed, as we've seen. Let me remind everyone that the Trump administration tried to ban asylum seeking and started the process of metering, which then prevents people from coming through legal ports of entry. That exacerbated the crisis. People are desperately waiting months just to get in line and be granted the inalienable rights to due process. Mr. Homan, you have said that most immigrants are, quote, not criminals other than the criminal act that they do when they enter the country illegally. That is why I think we ought to revisit decriminalizing desperation, striking sections 1325 and 1326 of Title VIII of the U.S. Code, the statutes that the administration has leveraged to separate thousands of children from their families. Mr. Homan, do you understand that the consequences of separation of many children will be lifelong trauma and carried across generations? Have we not learned from the internment of Japanese Americans? Mr. Homan, I'm a father. Do you have children? How can you possibly allow this to happen under your watch? Do you not care? Is it because these children don't look like children that are around you? I don't get it. Have you ever held a deceased child in your arms?
First of all, your comments are disgusting. I've served my country.
I've
served my country for 34 years.
I find your comments disgusting as well.
I've served my country for 34 years. And yes, I held a 5-year-old boy in my arms in back of that tractor trailer. I knelt down beside him and said a prayer for him because I knew what his last 30 minutes of his life were like. And I had a 5-year-old son at the time. What I've been trying to do my 34 years serving my nation is to save lives. So for you to sit there and insult my integrity and my love for my country and for children, that's why this whole thing needs to be fixed. And you're the member of Congress.
We agree on that.
Fix it.
We agree on that, but I disagree. But I also disagree with your characterization of immigrants as prone to criminality.
People for 3 decades on this.
Gentleman's time has expired. It's my time now.
Mr. Chairman,
It's my time.
well, the gentleman ripped off about 7 different questions designed to go at the character of Mr. Homan, and Mr. Homan should be given a chance to respond. It was ridiculous, the way he just rattled them all off and wouldn't let him respond to them.
Let me say this. I understand that, but first of all, I'm going to have civility in my hearings. All right? I have the floor.
I understand, and I agree with you.
I'm going to have civility. That's why I was banging, so that we could hear each person speak. I have been very courteous and very kind. Now, Mr. Homan, do you have something to say?
No one in this room has seen what I've seen in my 34-year career.
Very well.
No one has experienced what I've experienced. I've saw many dead bodies coming across this border. And you want to talk about the memo? This memo is one option to stop death. Not just about enforcing the law, stop death. If you want to legalize illegal immigration, good luck with that, because it's going to get a hell of a lot worse on that border. If you say, well, okay, from now on, there will be no consequence, no deterrence. It's not illegal to come to this country illegally. More families would come. 31% women would be raped. More children would die. We're a nation of laws. If you don't like it, sir, change it. You're the legislator. I'm the executive branch, and I've served my country honorably for 34 years. And I will not sit here and have anybody say that I don't care about children because you're not the same color as my children.
Thank you very much. It is my time.
In a moment of sheer political theater that completely exposed the desperate and ugly depths to which radical lawmakers will sink when they lose control of a factual argument, Congressman Jesús Chuy García launched a shockingly vile personal smear campaign against former ICE Director Tom Homan that brought a tense congressional hearing to a stunning and silent halt. Resorting to the absolute lowest form of identity politics, Garcia baselessly accused Homan of blatant, unapologetic racism, crossing an unforgivable line by aggressively demanding to know if Homan only tolerated family separation policies because migrant children did not physically resemble his own children. Pushing this venomous narrative even further, Garcia ruthlessly questioned Homan's basic human empathy, challenging him on whether he actually cared about the lives of migrant children, and demanding to know if the veteran law enforcement officer had ever borne the agonizing weight of holding a deceased child in his arms. The response was nothing short of a volcanic eruption of righteous indignation, as Homan, visibly shaking with absolute outrage, immediately fired back, fiercely condemning the representative's comments as utterly and undeniably disgusting, stripping away the partisan grandstanding. Homan silenced the entire room by revealing a deeply traumatic, first-hand memory etched permanently into his soul. The horrifying experience of cradling a lifeless 5-year-old migrant boy in the suffocating darkness of a smuggled tractor trailer. A suffocated child who died tragically in the back of a sweltering truck, while Homan had a 5-year-old son of his very own waiting for him safely back home. With raw, unfiltered emotion, he emphatically reminded the out-of-touch politicians looking down from their elevated dais that his exhaustive 34-year career in public service was entirely dedicated to rescuing innocent lives from the clutches of ruthless cartels, not inflicting harm upon them. If you are completely sick and tired of watching radical politicians weaponize disgusting personal smears and cheap identity politics to relentlessly attack American law enforcement, you need to smash that subscribe button right now, because we are on the front lines bringing you the rawest, most aggressive political breakdowns every single day, and your unwavering support keeps us fighting. Recognizing the profound injustice unfolding in the chamber, Representative Jim Jordan forcefully intervened, demanding that Homan be granted the floor to fully dismantle this avalanche of false, malicious accusations, prompting the committee chair to finally allow Homan to deliver a devastating truth bomb regarding the brutal, blood-stained realities of the southern border. Given the microphone, Homan schooled the committee with the cold, hard fact that absolutely no one in that heavily guarded, air-conditioned room had witnessed even a fraction of the unspeakable horror, tragedy, and death he had personally faced over 3 decades of grueling service. He systematically destroyed their false moral high ground, clarifying that strict border enforcement and unyielding deterrence policies are not born of cruelty, but are the only proven mechanisms designed to stop mass death, financially cripple human trafficking cartels, and prevent vulnerable women and children from suffering unspeakable abuse during treacherous, illegal desert crossings. Completely turning the tables on the grandstanding lawmakers, Homan delivered a brilliant, razor-sharp civics lesson, reminding the committee that it is Congress, not law enforcement, that holds the constitutional power to write the statutes, while executive branch officials are merely tasked with enforcing the laws currently on the books. Staring down his accusers, he fiercely challenged them directly, declaring that if they despised the current laws, they were the very legislators elected and paid to change them. And he absolutely refused to sit quietly and be berated as a heartless racist simply because of the color of his children's skin. It was an absolute, awe-inspiring masterclass in holding rogue politicians accountable, definitively proving that bad faith smears and cheap identity politics will always crumble into dust when confronted with raw, undeniable facts and a lifetime of honorable American service. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on Tom Homan's deeply emotional and unapologetic counterattack. Smash that like button. Share this explosive video everywhere to expose the truth. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and I will see you in the very next breakdown.